Tonight, Fox 59 shows you a dramatic demonstration. This is incredible. You are going to see two fires with two very different results. There is a flame war raging right now in Indiana over a small life-saving device that could be put in homes right now. Fox 59 Walt investigates. Some people don't think it's worth the cost. We want you to decide.
I ran out back, saw the fire.
It was pretty scary.
As soon as I turned the corner, I said, get out of the house and call 911.
It started here. The barbecue grill caught fire.
And that went up rapidly.
Flames shot up through the deck. Neighbors took this picture of Bob and Jeannie Gordon's porch turning into a fireball.
And the entire back of the house was on fire.
One picture the Gordons still have burning in their memory is how quickly the fire moved through their house.
The fire moved so fast, and then the front dining room window blew out.
It didn't take long to just say, this is gone.
Now, as the Gordons rebuild, some people believe this piece of fire safety equipment should be a required part of the picture. Residential fire sprinklers.
You can see that we have sprinklers in an area here that will be the kitchen. The living room will see sprinklers.
As a former chief deputy with the state fire marshal's office, Mark Riffey believes in residential fire sprinklers.
These sprinklers have an activation time similar to that of a smoke detector. They operate immediately when the fire happens. These are designed to prevent what we call flashover. These sprinklers are designed to provide you time to get up in the event of a fire and get out.
Now, Riffey is the vice president of Ryan Fire Protection and installs home sprinkler systems. He is also lobbying to make sprinklers mandatory in new home construction in Indiana.
It's a difference between surviving a fire and perishing in one.
And he's willing to prove it. He built two identical rooms, but one room will have a fire sprinkler. Now, with the help of the Noblesville Fire Department, the room without the fire sprinkler is set first.
10 seconds.
In 10 seconds, smoke starts to fill the room. By now, the smoke alarms would be going off.
30 seconds.
The ceiling temperature is reading 300 degrees.
And you can see the smoke starting to bank down.
At the 1 minute mark, the room fills with black smoke. Fire moves to the couch and the floor. The ceiling temperature is now at 600 degrees.
115.
At this point, the chances of survival are slim. At around the 3 minute mark, the room flashes over. No one is getting out.
The fire moves too fast. We're going to go ahead and set another fire, but this room has fire sprinklers.
The clock starts as soon as the curtain is set on fire.
At the ceiling, it's 5 seconds into the fire, and it's already 200 degrees.
The smoke alarms would be going off by now. It's now 20 seconds in.
The room temperature now is 400 degrees.
The liquid in the little glass bulb is starting to heat up and expand, and it's about to burst.
45 seconds, the sprinkler's now operated.
There is a dramatic difference in the damage to the two rooms. Now watch the two rooms together from the moment the fires are set. The sprinkler room clearly buys you more time to get out if you don't get out when the smoke alarms go off. But Riffey has a battle on his hands. Builders don't want to be forced to put in sprinkler systems.
Not in my opinion.
Rick Wadja is the CEO of the Indiana Builders Association. He's lobbying against mandatory residential sprinklers in new home construction.
We are not opposed to fire sprinklers in homes. We are opposed to them being mandated in a minimum statewide building code.
Wadja says new homes with the current building codes and firewalls are safer than ever.
For example, smoke detectors are now hardwired and interconnected in all new homes built in the state of Indiana.
He says a big reason Indiana home builders are against mandatory fire sprinkler installation is because of the cost.
We have seen from estimates out in the field that adding a fire sprinkler system to a single-family residence would cost Hoosier families anywhere between $6,000 and $13,000 per house. That is a cost that would price out thousands of Hoosiers across the state from being able to afford a new home.
You got one right here. This is another one here. There you go. They're pretty nondescript. They blend in real nice.
Tony Noble says it buys him peace of mind.
The goal of those is to contain the fire and let you get out. And so, you know, it's just one more added layer of safety and security.
The Gordons don't know if fire sprinklers would have made a difference for them.
In terms of the sprinklers slowing the fire and saving lives, that could be a benefit. In terms of if they're thinking, or if anyone's thinking that it'll diminish loss, I am not certain.
But there was one thing they didn't hear during the chaos of the fire.
We did not hear our smoke detectors go off, and we didn't hear our alarm.
Nothing went off.
Bob thinks it's because they were all able to get out of the house before the smoke alarms went off.
We have another one right here.
Their new house will have 3 times as many smoke alarms, with the hope they won't have to picture any more terrifying moments like this. The fire sprinkler went off in 45 seconds. This little device giving you valuable time to get out alive if you don't hear the smoke alarms. Despite the evidence, it looks like this flame war will rage on. Senate Bill 512 that would look at making residential fire sprinklers mandatory in Indiana probably won't get a hearing this session. So far, only 2 states, California and Maryland, have mandated residential fire sprinklers for new construction. Walt Mack, Fox 59 News.
But there's no denying how dramatic that video is to show how the sprinklers really do work in many cases.
We've all seen fires in person. They can spread so quickly, so I think every little bit, you can never be too careful.